Sometimes when you're working on cars, it just feels like everything falls right into place perfectly.
Today, we're looking at the other 99% of the time.
First clip.
Just put the head on, it's all torqued down, ready to go. I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. Huh.
Wait.
Well, this looks important.
Whoa, I was like
a whole ass piston.
yeah, I don't know. I was like,
Come on.
I was trying to see what he spotted, and I was like, oh, what would I have forgotten? You know, I was like, oh, maybe a gasket.
Piston not on the top of
or
the list.
something. No,
I was thinking a
whole
bolster.
piston.
No.
My guy, you didn't notice you looked through the motor?
What were you doing?
I mean, if this is fake, he really went through the process because it's got the bearings off to the side, the bolts off to the side. Look, everything is
It's
still.
right there. How did you?
The rings are there, so.
Well, okay, hold on. Maybe we could give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it wasn't laid out like that before. Like he laid it out now because he's like, well, I gotta put it back in. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, my guy. The fact that it's laid out so perfectly and organized and you forgot to put it in.
I mean, I've definitely forgotten stuff all the time. I feel like the most common for me is the backing plate on the motor that you put before you put the clutch flywheel on.
Oh my God, yes.
The dust plate, the
I
dust
would
shield.
be lying if that hasn't happened to me a handful of times.
Oh, I always like make sure to do it so perfectly. I mark the bolts, I step back, and I'm like so proud of myself. And I'm like, that's gone now.
It's usually like you're in the shower or you're sleeping, you're about to go to sleep and you're like,
That one.
that one thing, and then you got to go back and take everything
Have you
apart the
forgotten
next
one
day.
thing?
Yes. Listen, I've got ADHD and I squirrel, which is why I do paint. I have paint markers and I mark everything and I usually lay everything out like this so that doesn't happen. But so help me, if somebody comes in the garage and like wants to talk to me or bother me, or a customer would come and want to talk about stuff, and I don't want to explain like, hey, listen, I'm too silly to walk and chew gum at the same time. Can you just leave me alone so I can do this job right?
What's one that you remember?
I would say just the million bolts. I can't even, I've lost count of how many bolts I'm sure I've forgotten to put in. But listen, all my customers, listen, if it was something important, I went back and I ate the time and I put it back together. Just so you know, anybody who's like, it usually worked on my car, wait a minute. But never this bad. This is the worst offender I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, well, I'm a professional, so so I do my best to just hope it never comes up and go about my business.
You know, listen, there are some things where, you know, we call them extra parts. And, you know, sometimes things are more important or less important.
Thoughts and prayers?
Yeah. Say 3 Hail Marys and you'll be absolved of your sins.
Next clip. Oh, God. Oh, God.
What?
Oh, man. He
Oh,
tried
my
to get it out
gosh.
of the drain.
Wait.
He compressed air into it.
I did this when I used to teach at Colton High School, and I had one of those tanks, and I was trying to put the compressed air in. Nobody told me how this worked.
Yeah.
I'd never, you know, I came from a dealership where we had like a big tank, and they would come and everything out, and had that. Oh my God, it was.
Did another tech have you do it, knowing it was your first time?
No, it wasn't a tech. This was my shop because I'm running the high school shop, right? And I was like, I've never done this before. I'm a mechanic. I can figure it out. There was oil everywhere. It was a pool. It was.
It's a rite of passage, really.
I was covered in oil and sweating on the wall.
Oh, yeah. I just feel like this is a thing. This happens to everyone.
It does.
I still have to make Heber go through this.
It is a rite of passage. I think you're right. So with these types of tanks, the way they unload, you hook it up to compressed air, and the compressed air is going to help shove the oil out so you can put it into some sort of container to go be recycled or whatnot, or a larger container that's going to get picked up. But that's how you get this big drum drain, because most of the time they may have a drain bolt at the bottom, but that's not how you're going to get all the oil out. It's much faster too, because this is a large amount of oil, right? So.
And this guy forgot to close the petcock.
Yeah.
Allows the air to stay in the tank,
Yeah.
and then finding the right drain, and it just went everywhere.
That's exactly what happened.
At a shop, you usually have a huge air compressor.
Yeah.
You know, probably like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 gallon size.
Right.
And it's a lot of air going. And that's why there's oil everywhere.
Yep, and depending on what you're running your shot pressure out of, you know, what it's regulated at.
That'll happen. Let's see another fail.
I left a can of Freon on my dash.
Yep.
And it exploded.
What? This is air. Oh my God.
Oh!
All right.
Is this like Arizona? How hot did it have to
This
get?
was my windshield.
Yeah.
As you can see.
Oh, man.
Oh, his dash is gone.
It really exploded. Holy.
Let me give you an inside tour.
Okay.
Okay.
I've never had the privilege of getting to witness a Freon can explode or a refrigerant
What
can.
happened to your headliner?
Oh, this was my radio.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There's no way this ever happens. Like this kind of stuff freaks me out always when I have anything pressurized.
Oh, for sure.
Or even like when my fuel tanks are out, like, and I always go like open the vents and I think it's gonna explode, although that's not a thing because you need an actual spark for it to combust. But like, that is wild that it exploded through that much pressure.
And that has always been a paranoia of mine. Like, I'm very much like any cans of brake clean or anything like that. Like, I am so paranoid. And I mean, I know it would be a big explosion, but like, not to this extent. Now I'm really going to be paranoid of anything. Although I will say, listen, it does say right on the can, you know, not to exceed a certain temperature. And I'm sure, of all things, a can of refrigerant too, like that's like leaving a can of brake clean on your dash.
Yeah, not a smart place to put it. Let's see another clip. All right.
Okay. We've all been there.
Yep, I've done this. Okay. Rapidly cool it down. Hopefully it breaks it free. Ah, what happened? Does that happen? Do I need to know about this? Because I literally just said to do this.
I've never had I've never had this happen or seen it happen. So here's the thing. I will say, generally, if I have a bolt that sees, I try to heat up the material around it, not the bolt itself. But you don't have the space for that right here. And I think a lot of times, even just heating up the bolt itself is going to help it break some of that seize, and the quenching perhaps can help. I've actually never tried to quench it as well right after to try to do that. So I'm sure that's a contributing factor here.
On dampers, I don't like to heat around it because factory ones a lot of times are like have the rubber.
The rubber, yeah, it melts the rubber. So we looked at the comments here, and it looks like it's not the bolt that exploded, it's the pocket behind the bolt that had water, oils, pressurized very hot, and once they released some of that pressure, we had a big pressure release here, which does explain the white smoke. So interesting though, I feel like that's like a perfect storm. That's never happened to me, and I've done, I've heated up bolts for crank bolts like many a times, but the water getting behind it, maybe that was it. But you said you've tried that plenty of times.
I've done this a bunch of times and it works, but I mean, looking at it more and more, like that, I've never gotten a bolt that hot.
He got it red,
so
glowing
hot. So
hot. Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have thrown water immediately. I'd wait a little. I definitely have thrown water to help cool it down rapidly and to help break that free. But yeah, he threw a ton of water and immediately went for it. So whatever air that was behind that bolt, it was expanding because of heat, because air expands in heat, and it blew out and hit all the pocket of water that was outside.
Yeah.
And that's what that big white smoke is. So it's not actual oil or anything. Man, that is scalding hot.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So impressed as to how he got
He
that
must
that
have
hot.
been sitting there for like 10 minutes with that torch.
That's just a blowtorch. That's
that's
not
just
a
like a
settling
propane.
torch.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Although they were filming this almost as if like they were waiting for something to happen, or maybe.
I mean, if it was that hot, I'd be filming too. That's impressive.
That's true. Yeah.
So the hottest part of the flame, by the way, if you do want to try this, is more on the tip, middle to end, not like right on it. Also, if you're like right on it, it blows the flame all around, so you can see it's actually going everywhere else. So if you're trying to be as precise as possible, because yeah, that damper definitely had rubber on it at one point, but this one does not. Well, that was fun. So we've got 2 clips in a row that we don't know jack shit about. This is going well.
This is going really well.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh, whoa,
I bet there's nothing in it. I bet it's from China.
It's fake.
Yes.
It was fake.
Yes. China, baby.
What the hell?
Good news for this guy is he's
it's
clearance.
no problem.
Yeah.
You got your clearance. You're ready to
There's
go.
no such thing as problems, just solutions. So next time something's in your way, just cut it off.
So this is a type of shock that has a hydraulic or a reservoir on the side. A lot of this has to do with keeping the fluid inside cool and not from aerating. There's supposed to be lines for fluid to go back and forth in this, but it's fake. It's a fugazi.
Fugazi. I knew that immediately because I've seen all these fake ones.
I've never seen that.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy that people that happens.
And usually, like, it won't be like a cast part. It'll be the external reservoir will usually always have like a stainless steel line, and you can mount them wherever you want.
Yeah.
That way you don't run into issues like this.
Right.
That way you could also, service it, take it apart, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and usually the adjustment is on it as well, and there's no adjustment on this one.
That's a good point.
So it just shows a fake Schrader valve, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's integrated. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, because a lot of coilovers like
These
this.
are not the droids you're looking for.
A lot of coilovers like this are going to be, well, this one is not a single way adjustable, it's a dual way adjustable. So you could do high speed and low speed damping. So under like a high speed, how well that shock is going to compress and decompress, and then low speed damping at different speeds as well. This one has none of the clickers or adjustments on there, so it's kind of a semi giveaway. So this thing is just there for looks.
Buy name brand parts.
Yep.
Is the moral of the story.
Should we spring into the next clip? Oh no. He pulled a motor. Do you see there's no motor?
There's nothing.
So the weight bias was totally off.
Oh my God.
And on a Corvette, that's the worst because those are a transaxle. So the transmission
in the back,
is actually in the back, and it's called a torque tube in the center.
Yeah. It's not like a real drive shaft. It's like a.
Damn.
Dang.
You know what sucks? Right there, he's like, and that's all that's going through his mind.
Oh my gosh.
He's immediately like, how can I fix this? I can't fix this. I'm so fired. What am I going to tell the client?
You just walk out, man. You just walk out. Hey, look how the lift arms moved. They weren't locked.
Yeah.
They weren't even locked in place. But just for anybody watching, if you are doing any type of, let's say you are pulling a motor like this gentleman right here and it's on a rack, you have to support the back with some kind of screw jack or something to make sure that this doesn't happen. Jesus Christ, that sucks. That's a bad day. I probably would... I'd just walk in with my resignation and say, I'm sorry.
I'm pretty shocked he actually was still walking around. I do one of those things where I just freeze and stare.
That's what I would, But I mean, it's like a perfect storm, not paying attention to the weight bias, not having a screw jack in the back, and also having a rack that is not functioning properly. Once they go up off the ground, they lock into place. They're supposed to lock into place. Clearly, that's not the case here because it just pushed them very easily.
Or they removed the pin.
That's very possible too. Don't remove the pin.
Don't remove the pin.
Don't remove the pin.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that just sucks.
Oh
that's a race car now.
Oh my gosh. It's not, that's a totaled car now.
No, you just replace some stuff, tube the front end. It's a perfect donor.
I used to mountain bike a lot, and like I've crashed pretty gnarly, and even just on my motorcycle, and it's just sometimes it's like, I kind of wish that was on camera.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you just want to see, from an outside perspective. Maybe I'd want to see it just.
I get that 100%. I got hit by a car when I was a kid.
Oh my God.
And I wish I saw that. I got hit, flew like 20 feet.
Oh my
shoes
God.
flew off. Yeah.
Oh my God. Shoes flew off.
Yeah,
Holy
it was crazy. My GoPed was screwed.
Oh my God. Yeah, you kind of want just to see from the outside perspective. Listen, you went through it. You might as well get the enjoyment from the other side too, right?
Woof.
Let's fall into that next clip.
Oh. Person downshifted to first?
Oh my.
Out of 124 miles an hour. That's not even a money shift. That's just like a full-on barbaric intent.
So we've got our first, we've got our second, we've got our third. In order, fourth, fifth, maybe he thought he was going into fifth, because you're going 124. What gear do you have to be in to be able to get that fast?
A lot of the Camaros and Corvettes, you'll get that into third gear.
Yeah, so I'm.
So he went third to first.
Unless he thought he was going third to fifth and he accidentally went third to first. How did you go to first?
Well, he made the wrong maneuver. Period. I mean, even if you're in 4th gear, all right, let's give him 4th gear. He's going
Let's
up
say,
to 5th.
Right.
He still had to go over this way.
No, for sure. But I will say some cars, they're really tight. Like I know like some of the old Celicas, and I've driven some cars where it's like the gears are really tight, and if you're not careful, I know Toyota had a thing with them where like a lot of people were trying to warranty motors because they were over revving them because they were misshifting. But this
is what we call money shifting.
Cha-ching.
Because you're gonna spend some money.
Gonna spend lots of money.
I had a client in a GT3 go from 2nd to 1st at the top of 2nd. So the computer, when we logged it, it showed that it zinged it up to 16,000 RPM. Like immediately.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Take a screenshot of that. Frame that, 16,000.
I have blown a
Money
motor
shifted?
sky high. Not because I money shifted, no. It just,
I was like, wow.
it went to Kingdom Come though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was rebuilt improperly. I didn't do it. I actually blew the motor in like spectacular fashion. If there was fluid from a vehicle, it was out on the track.
Wow.
What
was it?
Top of 3rd gear. It was an LS.
Oh.
It was LQ technically.
Okay.
And so it was an iron block. So that's important here because this is how bad I blew it. 3 rods went out of the motor, 2 out the side, 1 through the oil pan, and it went through the oil pan so hard it hit the steering rack and snapped the steering rack in half.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was wild.
Crazy.
So everything was out on the track.
That is nuts.
Yeah, it was cool.
And an iron block too. Well, what threw the rods? Did the crank break?
No, the rod bearings, they went out
Wow.
very quickly. I have a picture of the oil pan. I'll show
Oh my
it to
God. That's pretty insane. You
you.
know?
Put a picture here.
Like, yeah. That's crazy. There's nothing left of this transmission.
No.
It's gone.
And a lot of his soul is gone too.
I think so. Yeah, along with his happiness.
Wow, that sucks.
Let's explode into that next clip.
Oh yeah.
What?
No damn Obama fluid in here. Look at it. Your head gans are connected to your radiator. Your radiator is sitting on the.
What is going on here?
What?
Is he holding stuff together?
Is he doing the throttle? Because that's pretty cool. Have you seen that rally clip where there's the navigators on the hood of the car and he's the one controlling the throttle?
No.
Because the throttle cable linkage
Oh my
broke.
God. That's a real one,
Dude,
right there.
that's so
That's a
hard
real
right there.
one.
That's like an album cover. That actually should be James Dean's dad, James Dean the Drifter.
I will say, if he is controlling the throttle, he does not have a good stance. Like,
No.
that's not how I would be.
Is it wearing
chilling.
Crocs, not in sport mode?
Oh my, his hubs aren't even locked in.
Oh my God. This man is a menace. Hey, what if like he fixed the truck and then this dude didn't want to pay him?
And
he's
he just,
driving away?
he's just driving away with the mechanic still in the car. Listen, we're laughing, but this is so scary. Like that,
Oh, dude.
one slip and you're run over. Like, it's done. Oh my God, that makes me nervous. Ugh.
There's a lot going on here. I mean, it's a pickup, so like he could take the hood off and put it in the back of the
Yeah,
truck.
it's not. It's
and you
not
could
that.
see something. So I'm like wondering if this guy's like full on like, yo, you didn't pay me, and this guy's like, no, fool, I'm out
I'm
of here.
still working on your car.
Monday morning quarterbacking. Where they're like, yeah, that would make sense.
That's pretty
That's
nice.
dangerous. Don't do that.
Have you had to ever limp home with like a broken throttle cable? Like, not obviously not hanging off the hood, but like.
Not a shoestring, but like I've had to pretty much like idle back. I was doing a test drive on a car once, and the throttle cable came disconnected.
That's terrifying.
Luckily, I was very close to the shop.
Okay, so that isn't as scary though as like a stuck throttle.
Oh no!
That's scary.
No. That's terrifying. And that's the thing, like about those is people just panic.
Yeah.
Instead of like, all right, let me turn off the car, let me toss it in neutral, let me do whatever.
Yeah.
Your brain, your lizard brain comes in and it's just like, ah!
Next clip.
When the advisor gives you an oil change 5 minutes before closing. Come on, you can't do it in 5 minutes?
Yeah, come on. Oh.
Where were you going?
I don't know.
Oh
Wait.
my Lanta.
See. this is
Where
why
were you going?
Sweet.
Trying to turn into that.
Lube text, dude.
Oh,
No,
man.
yeah, this is-
You know, it's so funny that we pay the people who do some of the most like important work as far as driver safety the least. Like the person doing tire rotations and small jobs like brake jobs, we're probably paying like minimum wage.
Yeah.
And it's like those are huge high risk. You know, like if you don't tighten lug nuts properly, if a wheel falls off, and it's just like, no, we just hired that high school kid to do that.
Yeah,
like
it's just
what?
a big deal. I mean, they're literally one step above Porter.
Yeah,
Porter
right.
only moves cars.
Right. It's interesting that we don't, put a lot of emphasis on that. Like, I think those positions should require more and probably get paid a little bit more than minimum wage, because this is what you're gonna get.
I get it, but oil changes are also like $30.
This is right. I know. I'm talking like tire rotation, but this is this is an oil change. Well, oil changes are. I mean, as mechanics, that's just your money. It's your opportunity to find other things. Nobody makes money on oil changes.
That's right. They're called loss leaders.
Adam, it was so fun shooting with you today.
great.
Never got to do that before.
First
we
time.
should do it again.
Yes.
If you want to see more RMS videos, click in this general vicinity. Bye. Have a beautiful time.